Welcome to War Stories. In this episode, I'll be discussing the Bebop Bloods. The Bebop Bloods are a Black American gang located in Watts, California. During the 1950s and 60s, many Black families migrated from states such as Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi and settled in the Watts neighborhood. The Bebop Bloods started in 1976. Originally just known as Bebop, they took on the Blood identity with influence from the 89 Swans. The name Bebop came from OG Kojak and Taco while they were attending Jordan High School. They were fighting some kids and heard one of them say Bebop and took it and ran with it. OG Kojak's father also wore the Bebop hats, which contributed to the name. The Bebop's territory is very small, probably the smallest in LA. It stretches from 92nd to 94th Street between Central and Hooper. It's referred to as the Devil's Triangle, also the Red Zone. The 36-unit apartment complex that sits on 93rd and Central is considered Bebop Ground Zero. At this complex, the Bebops have control and maintain a constant presence, hanging out in the courtyard, drinking, smoking, and peddling rock cocaine. Graffiti at every entrance and tree trunks serve to broadcast the gang's fortress. Gang members store guns around the property for quick and easy access, and sometimes weapons are accessible to passerbyers. Bebop is not a large gang, but they are extremely territorial. The Bebops have to be frontline because they are surrounded by much larger gangs on all sides. These rivals include the 89 East Coast Crips, 97 East Coast, the Hat Gang, Avalon Garden Crips, 99 Mafia Crips, Kitchen Crips, and the Family Swans, who are all about a block or two away. Bebop Watts has an alliance with the 9 Deuce Bishops, and at one time they were close with the Family Swans. They used to go by Bebop Family Swan Bishop. Their relationship fell apart in the mid-80s when a Swan was killed at a liquor store in Bebop territory. Animosity between the two gangs lingered into the 90s. Phases were ran frequently, but no gunplay, at least not yet. But then in 1996, a Swan from 9 Deuce shot Taco from Bebop. Tensions escalated at that point. Following that, Tiny Jack from Bebop also got killed, and allegedly Swans were behind that murder. Shootouts and violent run-ins became the norm throughout the 2000s. Considering these two gangs were separated by merely a block or two, avoiding each other was nearly impossible. The Bebops battled the Swans, while simultaneously defending their turf against the much larger surrounding Crip gangs. No unimproved outsiders were allowed in their territory. On February 6, 2006, at around 9 p.m., Carl received a call from a friend named Sanchuan. Sanchuan was from Bebop. Sanchuan asked Carl to come to his location on Pace Avenue because Sanchuan felt he was having a problem with some people he saw there. Carl walked up to the apartment complex on 93rd and Bellhaven Avenue. That was Bebop headquarters. When he arrived, he encountered Levidius, who was a childhood friend and also a Bebop member, known as CK, which stand for Crip Killer. Carl mentioned the phone call to Levidius, and he replied, "I'm going over there right now." Carl and Levidius began walking toward Pace Avenue, and they were joined by two other childhood friends, Martis and Marquise, who were from Bebop as well. As the group walked down Pace Avenue, they saw a group of people standing in front of a house. The group consisted of Trey, Joseph, Terrell, Jermaine, and Nikita. They were all standing outside of Nikita's house when they were approached by the Bebop members. Jermaine was concerned that the group approaching them might think Joseph was a Crip because he was wearing blue clothing. Martis lifted his sweatshirt and revealed a gun to the group. Levidius then asked them all where they were from. Terrell answered that they were from nowhere. Levidius then tried to pocket check the members of the group to see what they had in their pockets. When Levidius tried to check Joseph's pockets, Joseph slapped his hand away and said something to him. Levidius tried again, and the two began fighting. The fight moved down into the street until Levidius pulled out a gun from his waistband and fired it at Joseph. Joseph tried to run away as the man continued to fire. Levidius then fell to the ground. Levidius stood over him and fired several more shots. Joseph was hit 6 times. 2 of the shots were fatal. Terrell, who was running north on Pace Avenue trying to get away, was also shot in the back, but he survived. Within a few days after the shooting, Nikita, Nathan, and Jermaine were shown a photo lineup. Jermaine identified Levidius as the person who pocket-checked everyone. A month later, after being shown an additional photo lineup, Nathan also identified Martis. Levidius Wright and Martis Childs from Bebop were each convicted of first-degree murder. They were sentenced to 90 years to life. In the meantime, Bebop and Family Swan Bloods continued their bloody feud. Relations between the two only worsened. Their war continued well into the 2010s. Things got so bad, in 2015, the city of Los Angeles filed lawsuits to force property owners to take steps to deter criminal behavior. Lawsuits were filed against the owners of the 36-unit complex that is considered Bebop headquarters, as well as the owners of a home with attached units that has been the Family Swan Bloods stronghold for nearly 3 decades. During a short period, the Bebop apartments have been the scene of drug trafficking, dozens of arrests, and 12 shootings. The Family Swan Bloods domain, which is 4 blocks away on 90th Street, has seen at least 10 drive-by shootings in a short span. The lawsuits aim to shut down the gang's strongholds and stop the bullets from flying. The suits ask for remedies including video cameras, security guards, enhanced lighting, and even the closure of the property for as long as a year, until the nuisance are brought to an end. City prosecutors say the home has long been a hotbed for the Family Swan Bloods, with a deeply rooted presence. Violence near the 2 complexes has since intensified. On September 4th, 2015, at around 3 a.m., Sanyan and 3 others were driving north on Central in a dark sedan. Another vehicle then pulled alongside them and began shooting. 3 people were shot. Sanyan was pronounced dead at 3:56 a.m. A few weeks later, on September 22nd, 4 men in a car drove up and opened fire at another car. The vehicle had 3 females inside. The area that the Bebops and the Family Swans occupy has been a killing field for nearly 4 decades. Homicides in that neighborhood is so common, it has become the norm. The interactive map shows there has been 52 murders within 1 square mile, making it easily one of the deadliest neighborhoods in LA County. The OGs are currently trying to put an end to all the bloodshed, but the young generation on both sides are still at each other's throats. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.